We had to get one of the best apartments in Nigeria, and we stayed for about 10 days, but each day into cinema, you hear that sound, but the way you hear the cinema sound, that's now the next level of music in the world. That even Apple will favor you when you have your album mixed in Dolby. But for one song to be mixed in Dolby, I think it's about $1,500 or $2,000.
Then I have come even to be there. Coming.
Still the crowd wants you to compete with Burna Boy.
Yeah, but Uncle Bebe, I can't do that without the money.
No,
you have the money.
No, you can do it. Everything step by step.
Man, I would have billion manyizo zimba mu apartment.
I could have done the same. Why did I buy those 2 cameras? Every time I fly to go shoot videos, I shoot using those cameras. I remember I told artists earlier. I told them, guys, come and pick the cameras. Okay, for probably at 1.5 or 3 million, but those cameras in SA per hour, they charge $800, which is 2 million per hour. Now, when you tell a person pick them, they think they're the normal cameras here. So me, I stopped fighting artists here. So the question of money is a question of day by day. You need one lavie every day, every year. So instead of having 15 bad songs, concentrate on one good quality song every year. In 5 years, those are 5 quality songs that make you closer to a Nigerian artist. The question is, even if you say our artists won't have money, the question is, will the public stop asking us to be like, to sing and be like Burna Boy? They won't. Or are we going to continue claiming and complaining that Diamond is being paid $750 million?
And I can say,
yeah, that's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's the truth.
At the end of the day, they're still going to hire him.
Because they're still going to hire him, and they're still going to pay him what he asks for.
With a private jet.
With a private jet.
The game is to bring yourself to that level.
Yes, you have to. And just like any business, that is it. I mean, you have to invest. So don't get into the business if you really can't. Or if you're getting in there to get your 1 million, then don't comment about people who are investing in money. Huh? That's the truth. And it is not only in music, it is in every business. You find, what can I give as an example? A person who has a small retail shop cannot complain
to a wholesaler.
Or a guy who has a big supermarket. Very simple. Someone has to do it. Uganda tetugenda kuviiramu awo nga tetwaliyo ddala muyimbi yenna avuddeyo n'akola kintu ng'ekyo ekiri close or exactly ng'ekyabali. Really? Is that a topic that we should be having as Ugandans? And we are very proud to keep importing artists. Every new artist from West Africa we import, which is okay as Pan-Africanism, but when will we export? That's the question.
The album, the song, Boy Like Me, so later go home. Because I thought even home, what kind of man is
our target is the album has different aspects.
Yes.
So people will understand the aspects later. While the song is nice, that's one aspect. While lyrics, because the lyrics speak to them. Lyrics. You'll even change your mind on which song you like. Then while we have instrumentation, like production, DJ, which again, So
Era ab'ekidongo. They're not, it's not on. Nze mu kusooka bounce your body bounce yankuba kiguma no trance n'empuliriza.
Your body is still
Ate home is
bouncing.
really good and boy like me.
yes,
It's relatable. Very, very, very. What is the lyrics?
I was surprised by someone who asked me, why did you release circumference and motivation first? Why didn't you release check?
Body bound.
When you get a plate of food, it's always best you eat the bad food first. Save the best for last.
Bibiri bye batugamba ng'akanyamusoka ke kasembayo akanyama.
Ng'okalabirira
From an African home, they used to tell us eat the meat first because
Category wawala yo. First they used to tell us you need to keep your meat. They told us we need to keep the meat.
You see, in music, if you release the best first, then the rest will lose out because they won't compete in the space. But in the beginning, if you begin with the weak ones, then you give them a chance to get somewhere. Then because you automatically know for sure that the strong one will come.
And the strong one will pull this one, the weak one.
Exactly.
Ate bw'ote ekisoka ekinene
Ate n'oleeta buno baliraga bisigadde ebyo. And don't you see nti already circumference and motivation, they have people who like them. But then to me, I'll tell you those were the worst songs of the album. If you listen to the album now, you have the good song.
So you're going to do videos for every song?
Yeah, why not? I mean, the world is about content. The world is about content. Why wouldn't I take advantage of my content?
Yesterday we were having.
I call them passers-by because a single cannot make a legacy of an artist. So some of our actors in the industry are in there just to survive, to build a house, get a car, you know, make a family, and that's it. But some of us are out there to be recognized for the next 500 years as Ugandan artists who existed. So, unless if there's something that proves that you existed, that you made an impact, and for an artist that has to be an album. Otherwise, that's why Africa does albums.
From my angle, and my argument came from Katula, the way you are. You've made it. Trust me, you're not.
I haven't.
Baby, now we're talking about legends.
Okay,
now.
you're
Hey, like, come on.
But you're the same people who are telling me to be like
I tell you, about Uganda, name East Africa, name Africa. You've made the name.
Yes.
My point is, so we put a gamurenji yamune upcoming artist.
Of course not.
Upcoming artist. So I'm going to number with a fan base, and you're dropping an album. Who is going to stream your album? Who is going to listen to your album? But if you have a fan base like you, I would advise you to do it. You have the money, you have the fan base. I feel like what is disturbing many artists right now is the right now fan base. And the fan base is the one that is actually going to stream your album because there are very many songs. We're going to take that time, but we is a nyimbe kumi n'omukaaga. Now you're the upcoming artist, you know, wimba busatu or dropping the album. You don't have a fan base.
Of course,
you're going to waste your songs.
Of course, when I'm speaking like this, I'm speaking to every artist in their caliber. I have not asked an upcoming artist to go do an album worth $1 million.
Thank you.
No. Unless if they are under a record label. And even a record label will take them step by step, just like a record label is taking Joshua Baraka step by step. Okay?
Yeah.
But there are artists that I will speak to as early as now, clearly. Okay? I will say, there's no excuse. Artists of my caliber can afford this kind of production.
Sure.
Maybe 1 or 2 songs per year. That is spending about $50,000 a year on 2 songs. Because what they need is just 2 good songs every year for 3 years. Those are 6. Then you flip the whole situation. You get it? Yes, for me, I've gone an album. That it depends on what my target was. My target.
Okay. Okay. So Panda is going to count us in. Panda, go.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, we go.
106.5 Energy Radio, the beat of the moment. Still the AM gang in the building with your girl, Miss Kohani Honey, the baddest mama Jama, Crystal, Panda, and City Girl. And we still have Big Size BebeCool in, I almost said in studio, at his house.
Yes.
At this house in Chiwajule.
Where you're most welcome.
Oh, asante sana. And we've been talking about the album, and we were asking a very important question, which is, recently Elijah came out and said that albums tend to kill good music. So we want to
But then streaming, what is the question? So you have to put equal energy in that. Then lastly, it's always about the marketing strategy. If you can market all the songs separately and differently, give yourself ample time. What's wrong with marketing an album for 3 years? What's wrong with that? You can keep talking about selling different songs for 3 years. An album can work out after 5 years. That's true.
What about EPs?
EPs are a sort of, quick stuff that, you want to put out there. It's just an excuse. That thing is new. It just came recently. It never existed before. I just started hearing about EPs. So I asked people about 5 years ago, what's an EP? Or when you have 3, 4 songs or 5, you call it an EP. It's laziness. I mean, who pays Burna Boy to do an EP?
But don't you think it's a good way to roll out like a new artist, especially for this upcoming artist? You have songs you want to put out, but you want to like try a body of work.
It's okay for upcoming artists, most especially in today's era. But remember, there's always been upcoming artists even in the eras earlier.
Yes.
There were new artists coming up. They never came up with EPs. They came up with a single, a second one, and then they dropped an album.
Yes.
Whitney at one time was an upcoming artist, and we all remember her first song. But you don't have Whitney's EP. Okay, so it's okay. Technology and times are changing. You can explain the issue of a young artist having 4 songs as an EP. It allows people to listen, to allow this is an artist, stuff like that. But it doesn't take away the fact that professional artists are supposed to go by the album compilation issue.
You see, when it comes to an album, I want to talk from an angle of a struggling upcoming artist, because you see, you've talked from an angle of an established artist.
Okay.
And I think right now you're competing globally with big superstars, and I recommend every artist to look up to you if you want to see out there. But it's really about our fan base in Uganda. Omwana avudde eri akubye tuni y'esooka nabba ey'okubiri n'eyokusatu and bamugamba twagala album. Do you think it's a good idea for that artist to drop an album, or to first wait until they get a huge fan base like you?
Now that you sent Akubye Olusoka, a good one, and the second one, the third one, abantu bamugamba tuwe album, then respond to the need of the customer. Auntie, that is Uganda for you. That's Uganda for you, and you can't do anything else. Boba kugambe bagalachi album. Zenenda Kubulia, you people have been asking why are concerts going down in numbers. Here you go. Those are the answers. I mean, guys don't have new stuff. Guys don't have anything special. Did you see Epas's concert? It was packed. Because the guy has so many songs, even if they are not hit songs. For you, you think that Epas doesn't have music. He doesn't, just because you don't hear a hit song. But the fact is, everyone who sat in that concert was enjoying song per song per song, new songs that they haven't had before, or they've had in their bedrooms, in their houses, but not in clubs. So albums give you a status of a real artist. Singles, when a person like BebeCool releases a single, and then an upcoming artist releases a single, then how am I any different from an upcoming? That's why you find that we are still being compared to upcoming artists.
True.
Because what differentiates a legendary artist like me from an upcoming artist?
The Friday thing and
just tilt it to be.
Yeah.
Let it be like
this. So basically, we're talking about the album. I've got visitors in my house. It's the NRG team, Energy Radio. Anyway, happy Eid, everybody. We're talking about Break the Chains album. I've seen so far so many people, analyzing, commenting. First, I have to thank you all so much. So much for accepting that album. It's a miracle that I haven't seen any negative on that album. So it's a blessing for me, but it's a blessing for Uganda, because we really needed this as an industry. We needed it. This is not for BebeCool. This is for Uganda. I didn't do that album for me. I did that album for Uganda. We need to get somewhere. We need to get somewhere. So we are going to be speaking for quite some time today about the importance of all of us coming together on that album, rather than you seeing it as you seeing Bebe as now. Actually, today we will have to split BebeCool from Sally Moses, so that we can benefit. I'm telling you, we have to. We need to get the. We need to take advantage of this situation.
Bebe, if you were not an artist, what would you?
That would be a good question to ask.
Keep it. She has to keep it. It's a very good question.
Very good.
But you know the line from which I come from. If I wasn't an artist, I believe I would have gone into my father's legacy. Because it is in there,
I think I don't forget. Talk about
like how many minutes?
before we started.
It's me and Musoga agitation. You guys tell us, you're asking us to step up in the industry. And the industry has been in the Kidangari, same thing for so long. I'm telling you, Panda, that's why people no longer go for those concerts. I mean, this is a new era of young guys. Find out what music they enjoy. It's as simple as that.
The whole album is full of, like, the sound is very different. The sound is so
The sound is young.
so young.
Because if big companies are still tapping, they are changing. Let's say it's a drink, it's a soda. You remember there were old bottles of the same soda, but now there are new bottles that look fancy for young people. Why do you think they changed the bottle? To appeal to the young people. So for you, if you're still pushing your business, you must identify your client, or not even your client. You must identify where to sell. Where are people selling? People are selling to young people. So if it is to young people, what's the type of music that young people want?
Okay, that means this album is for us young people. That means our own child.
No, abunchalo nabamaliriza abaddeyo banyumirwe basepiki bogolako sibenako obuzibu njana bakolerayo 1 or 2 singles specifically I will do 1 or 2 songs for my local people nti bawaddeyo jali buli amwe yiyo. If you like it, enjoy. It's those 2 songs are ready. It's only timing. Bush wanangamba nti kati bawe ebyabo ngamba wa naye nga focus yange eri ku bigger market. Bigger market is global. How far can we stretch as Uganda? To me, that's the question.
Is it difficult working with Ugandan producers?
This album, 50% was done by Ugandan producers,
Including the young man.
Is he still alive? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive. Yes, it has 4 Ugandan producers: Bush, Uncle Ronnie, and 2 new producers on the scene. But these guys are the guys. You see, the guys who produce such music are not guys you know, because Ugandans have not accepted that music as yet. So you can't know. You get it? So half of the album was recorded in Nigeria, half was recorded in my studio. And then even the songs that we did audio in Nigeria, we came back and re-voiced them in my studio, because we found out that we have the best software and hardware in that studio. And that's the same thing I was telling artists when I did that studio. Come and record for free in my studio. I have the best software and hardware. I went with a microphone to Nigeria, and one of the producers failed to use it because he didn't have the software to support the mic. And the software was costing over $4,000, and it is in Ntinda here. Recording with Uncle Ron, it's up to you if you have your producer. They don't charge you.
So I can come with my producer.
You go with your producer, make time with Ronnie. Say, Ronnie, njagala kuingira keyo for this time. But that is for professional artists, not for upcoming artists. Upcoming artists, buy enough free studio, make the president made for them. Yeah,
You go there.
you go there. But professional artists, I keep calling everyone, and it surprises me. You know, we still have the dilemma of young, a certain caliber of artists feeling entitled, saying, "Who are you?" They
still have that.
of course, that's why that's why most of them are having issues. I mean, you keep talking about BebeCool videos being quality. But the question behind the quality video is the camera that captures the picture. So how much did I advertise and say, guys, the camera is in my house? One of them, I charged them 1.2. 200,000 zones for the caretaker. 1 million is service. In
case you also break something.
Every after a certain number of hours, I have to send the camera to SA for service.
Is that the rate? Or
even the red, when they go together. Then the ARI, that one definitely, or 6K that is recorded by the ARI. There's a specific cable you have to use to download the material from an ARI. So even when editing a picture of the ARI, you need such a very strong enough space and RAM on your computer, which most of our people don't have. But again, in my studio, there is a separate computer. If you can edit in one night, you can sit on that computer and edit. Computer and edit. It's my cost. So those are the hidden things that our young people, I think the issue here is around. It has nothing to do with anything.
bagala kuvimba muntu.
Bagala kuvimba yo gwani atuwa. Nange ngubalekerayo bwotyo. Tutokaena na muntu.
Oyereke joyogera kuvimba yo. Bagala kuvimba.
By the way, Bebe, on the album you had what? You had a collab with Joshua and Yemi Alade.
Yes.
And DJ do.
We want them to get a video.
Mitendera chije wagenda mnogamba katinjaka collab. Like, how did you see
when you're looking for a collab, you have to look at several things. Joshua is the one upcoming artist that requires or that needs every support that he can get. So why not even me carry him on my body of wax? How about if there's another person also who can, because I've seen also other artists local doing some collabos, I think, with him. They are carrying him into the ground audience. The local, he needs to also go there. So I'm also carrying him in mind, because in the beginning Joshua's music was not being understood by Ugandans. Okay? So it is up to me and the other artists who are local to take him into our audiences. So now you can see that Check is appreciated by both Joshua's but also Bebe's audience. So now Joshua gets it to my audience, while I also get it to his audience. You get it? So you have to balance that. Then for Yemi, I will surprise you. My song with Yemi is 6 years old.
I remember you guys were supposed to also do something.
6 years old. I recorded the Yemi song before I did the one with P Square.
Rude Boy.
Rude Boy. Yeah. And I just kept it because it is off my reggae album, which I know also after my deluxe, then I will drop the reggae album.
Anang, because what you know,
I'm such a bata.
106.5 Energy Radio, the beat of the moment. Big size BebeCool right over here. And if you're on the show, you know what to do. Every single Friday, we try and pull up with big superstars, big names in the game. We talk to them, we visit them, and we in Kiwatule right now. And we at one of the premises, one of them, because what we're in the Rajagambe Jazimba.
My home down there. And soon,
yeah.
I think in less than 12 months will be good.
You'll be open.
Yeah.
So you will live here and you go and stay aside and
Yeah.
Baby, this is already big enough. I know, right? Like,
That's money for you.
You can run.
So, before we went into the break, we were talking about the albums and the album and the producers, the writers. Did you use our very own here, or you just used different writers from out of Uganda?
No, I used both local here and out of Uganda.
When you work for who got the chance?
Bush himself wrote.
Hey.
My personal producer, Uncle Ronnie, wrote. The other two, I don't know the names, but Bush put down the team.
So who produced Check? Because I saw a video.
Phil Keys?
Yeah.
Phil Keys. Phil Keys is, I think, one of the top producers for
Kiss Daniel.
Kiss Daniel, Burna Boy. Yeah, and he is a hard producer.
Yeah, I had the sound.
He is a cool producer.
I had the sound.
I mean, these are the guys, the ones I worked with in Nigeria was Phil Keys and
Sugar Vibes.
Sugar Vibes. These guys work for Burna, Davido, Wiz. I mean, that's what I went for. And then, of course, plus our local producers, of course, that has Bush, Ronnie, Anel, the three other guys.
Gumi Siriza.
We also had people to play instruments like Michael Uma, Sax Jose. These guys are in here. The problem is, it's bigger than that. Now, those were the ones who got that second level of production. And then there was a third level of production. The third level of production is the mixing engineer and the mastering engineer. Those are two different. So we use two different producers, engineers. They are Grammy Award winners.
They did, I told them for Banabo, the album for Anabo.
The one that Jessere
and God, Steph Ralphan.
And God. Both these are Grammy Award winners in engineering, in mixing music. And then when they got done with the mixes, because everyone mixes every song differently, because every song is different, then they have to send the songs to one person who does mastering. That is now a professional engineer in mastering. Mastering is to make sure that all the sounds are good and leveled equally and clean. To one album, it's not that this song is so loud, the other one is low, the other one has the other one is, you get it? So, even that one is a Grammy Award winner.
Why is Check so brief?
Because today, yes. So these are the beautiful questions I like. Because in today's world, when you look at what is happening, the distractiveness of young people, they don't have a lot of time to listen to so much long music. One song, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. They don't have that time. So, if you look at all the hit songs today, they lie between 1.45 to 2.3 minutes. Though, with ADMs, it's the opposite. Because with the ADMs, once you cross over, it's a DJ thing. He wants to play that and people just want to be in there and vibing. So that one can go 45 minutes. But these are the Afrobeats. The advice is actually not only Afrobeats, but now music should go 1.5 to 2.3 minutes. Even radio doesn't have a lot of time. They pay for the air. So no one is going to be giving you any more 3 minutes of lamenting. I mean, Check is your best example. Even the others, when you go listen to them, you find that none of those songs is making 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Apart from the ADMs.
Will you get extended versions? You said you're going to do a bootleg, right?
Yes.
So are they going to be like extended versions for the listener, the person who wants to savor the music and be like, yes.
No, what we're going to have is probably you expect remixes in form of collaborations, global collabos. Because I mean, I saw some of the fans, some of the people in Uganda are wondering, they're saying, okay, the Bay now is going into the political season, he's going to kill the album, what plan does he have on this and this? There's a plan, and I intend to stick to it. The plan is I will sing till my grave. That's the first thing. So if I find the remix after 5 years from now, I will do it. Or if I find a collab of 5-10 years from now of that song, I will do it. Then the question is simple. Is there a plan? Yes, there is. And the thing is, for me, what I want to encourage mostly about this, the question is now, it should not be now whether the album will make it or not. The making it of this album is now entirely not on Bebe. It is entirely on the whole Uganda now.
Stream, pushing.
Me as an artist, I've done my part. I have brought good music
to us.
That is the biggest question that every fan of music or every fan of the music industry should be questioning. Guys, give us something good that we can brag about, that we can push out there. Well, Bebe has brought something good, justifiable, and you can brag about it. Now the question is, what can we use it as Ugandans? Can it pave our way? Now I'm not talking about this as my album. And I'm not crucifying any other artist for not doing it or this. What I'm saying is we got an opportunity, we got a good body of work. So can we join and push this body of work so that we create a path for Ugandan artists? That's my only issue here.
I get it. So, Chuck's Nyingi, and as we were talking about before we got on air, like, I mean, you don't have many collaborations on this album. Did you just want people to first get to know the real side of BebeCool, that feel the new BebeCool?
Yes, it was not going to be fair for me to come up with 16 songs and 8 collaborations. To me, all my life it has been such a weakness. I mean, I have to prove. I mean, here is Joshua Barak and Yemi. Someone can easily tell you that it is BebeCool looking for an opportunity. Of course, we all look for funds from each other, okay?
Yes.
But I don't want my brand to be fully taken for granted, okay? Now I can do the remixes and collaborate in the remixes. After you know in your back of the mind that he did that song, because that thing has a certain value it gives an artist. That's why it's difficult. You see most of the artists who collaborate a lot are not sustaining their careers because their energy is spent on collabos. Every time they do a single song, they feel incomplete. So, but when you do 5 singles and 2 collabos, and all the songs are on the same level of hitting, then you're strong. But if you do 5 songs, out of the 5, 3 are collabos and 2 are singles, and it's the collabos that are making it, you're in a lot of trouble as an artist. Because until when will you collaborate with others? You need to stand as an artist to do songs. I mean, when you go performing, what are you going to do? Maiden concerts. Are you going to always have to call other people to come and be by your side just because you have collabos? No.
Then the other thing I wanted to ask, you talked about money and what. What are the other challenges that you faced when you were making the album?
Yeah, one of the hardest challenges when you're making an album at this magnitude, time. Because time takes away the genres. Imagine when we began with Afrobeat genre, it was still hot. But we ended, Afrobeat is getting into Afropop, Mapiano, and EDM. You get it? So you have that problem of, oh, you had a very nice song, but you have to keep it so that the album is complete. But then its genre is running out. The timing. So you have to twitch and twitch and twitch and twitch and twitch. You come back here and twitch. So that's the biggest challenge. Then maybe also these are the issues that they talk about. Of course, I understand when someone talks about age.
Yeah.
But come on, I look better than so many
I was talking
30s
about
and
it.
20s.
I was talking
What
about
are you
it before
talking
you
about
came.
age? I mean, and this is the reality in the music industry. You have to look big. It's called showbiz.
Yep.
First, before someone hears, someone has to see. Show business. So, first, look at yourself. So what's the use of you being 18 and 25 and you look like a jungle man of 70? And then, let's step on stage and we see. If these guys are joking, whoever is talking about age with BebeCool, you step on stage with me and see who's younger. That's the question.
Maybe I
By
don't
looks,
show
not
okay.
even by singing. So the intention is, I knew that I was coming up with a young album. So I had to be in gym to keep my body in shape. I had to keep dressing in their dress code appeal. Otherwise, I can wake up in the morning and just close and just start suits. But the second I start suits, they call me daddy. And then my market is gone. But these guys want to see you in sneakers. These guys want to see you in jeans. These guys want to see you holding hennies and champagnes. Okay? So they can relate to your music. So it's not just wake up in the morning and singing a song and you're like, you try to find, no. So that's why when I sit with Panda, at least
Okay, right now we're gonna go for the musical break. Still, we're talking to Uncle BebeCool. We're talking about the album Break the Chain. Go stream it right now because I've been streaming the album the entire weeks to go. Guys, mention.
Yeah.
Mega Blast.
Mega Blast. AY, that one. I don't
are you
know.
sure you guys don't want to eat as well?
Me, I want.
I don't find any problem with the show. Let it be home.
I want.
Produce.
We will go at the end. We only have 30 minutes. Actually, less than that.
But I think mine I'll pack it. 'Cause I
Next
need to
time
go.
I'll ask you to come back here for 4 hours. Maybe 1 hour, 2 hour things. Abi, you have to ask my boss to give me 5 hours of energy. It's a
Give me
lot
the
to
AM.
We can do different shows.
throughout.
We have
Yes.
done for Saturday, but that will be in July.
Oh.
No, when I